So it seems like the caliper is sitting at an angle, probably because the bike isn't machined level. Well, the rotor's bent. I need to straighten that out. This is taking a long time, so we just wrap it up. I'm having a hard time here. Probably do better without the camera rolling. So that actually took me quite a while to get that disc from not rubbing. It still rubs a little bit, but I think I'm just gonna have to break in the brake pads. But what I wanted to say is this right here being located here, it's really hard to adjust. See how it's just that the frame is in the way. It's not at a good angle. It would probably have been nicer if the brakes were maybe up here and then I could, you know, work on it easily. But being inside the frame here and the bolts, it's just kind of hard to get to the caliper bolts to adjust it. Well, it seems like with just a couple barrel turns adjustment of the shift lever, we were able to get the derailleur to hit all gears no problem. Let's see if I can get rid of some of that rubbing. It's a lot better. Just a little bit. You know, I can spend more time on that and get it perfect. Tear up the tires. See how it rides. Man, that lockout is awesome. It doesn't move whatsoever. I've never seen a lockout that good before. That's amazing. It is completely rigid. Okay, so I personally tightened up the bars and the stem, the forks, both wheels, and I put the pedals on, so we know those are on nice and tight. The only thing I really haven't checked are the crank bolts. Again, for a medium, this is a big medium. So this kickstand looks like it has pretty good tension on it. Hopefully that's not going to get knocked down in our way when we're riding. So that seems all right, huh? One interesting thing about my Kent Trouvaille is this was completely machined out. You can see I can move this cable around. So this is completely drilled out. There's plenty of room to run both cords through here, but for some reason they chose just to go ahead and route it on the wrong side. So yeah. Now this is a size medium. This bike seems to fit me pretty well. It's a pretty big size bike. I have the seat up nice and high where I would be riding it to do some climbing, and I think this fits me pretty well. I'm 6'1", and this is a size medium, but I mean I kind of think it fits like a size large. Something I did notice on this seat is I kind of thought this railing was a little bit long, and it makes the seat a little bit flexible. You could actually hear the top of the seat hitting this bolt here and see it flexing. So one time I sat on this bike and I heard that and made me get off the bike and check it to see, you know, hey, do I have the bolts tightened up? It was just weird. I've never experienced that before. So that's your seat. It does feel kind of comfy. We'll see how that feels after a long ride. This bike went together pretty easy for me. I'm a little experienced putting bikes together. This is probably my 10th, 11th, 12th bike in my lifetime putting together. I've been putting a lot together recently. So this one went together surprisingly well for me, and it arrived in really good condition. Both of these wheels are relatively straight, which is a surprise. I always get bent wheels, and these being the big 29s, the fact that they came pretty straight, I'm really impressed. My wheels are straight. I mean, everything seems, it's just a nice bike. The cranks, the bearings in it seem to spin pretty nice. The wheels, the kickstand, I think I actually like the kickstand. Might try off-roading with that. No, the wheels seem to spin pretty nice. The brakes aren't rubbing. I got those adjusted in really nice. Again, they spin really well. Good. I think these brakes are going to be okay once they get bedded in. I'm going to be braking 2 fingers, that's for sure. But the way these are designed ergonomically, they are for 2-finger braking or 3. This derailleur, it was spot on. Out of the box, I was surprised. Actually, I had to do just a few barrel adjustments here, which, yeah. It was okay for me since I have a little bit of experience, but if you don't have some experience, you're going to want someone to put this bike together for you. I don't know if Walmart's going to do that. This lockout suspension is amazing. It doesn't move whatsoever. In the lockout, I suspect this is going to make a nice top out noise when I go to lift up. Kind of seems to ring, but fair enough, there's warning there. This isn't supposed to be used for anything other than leisure cross country. My chain was routed correctly. A lot of people say that the chain wasn't routed correctly through the derailleur, but this came routed correctly. Also, this spot right here, mine is already drilled out wide, so I can go ahead and reroute the derailleur wire on the appropriate side a little bit later, not right now. I don't know why they did that, you know, they took the time to drill it out. I see other people have to drill this out, but now they've started machining this. Well, they're still, you know, assembly workers haven't got the memo to route it correctly. All in all, man, I think this is a really great bike for the price that I got it. I got it for $190. For $400, I think it would still be a really good bike as long as it was assembled correctly and tuned and your wheels were straight, the derailleur was spot on. I think it would be a pretty good bike at the $400 price point. But of course, you're not going to do any serious off-roading or downhilling with this fork. It does vibrate. I'm going to get on the bike and see if we can get that on the camera. But riding in front of my house, test riding it, I noticed when I hit the front brake that the front fork is vibrating like this. There is some play that I've been able to track down right here in the stanchions. If you lock the brake and lock the bike, and you look and you get the lighting just right, you can see movement and play right in here. And if you put your fingers on here, you can feel it moving around. There's a little more play in there than I would like, and we'll catch that on the camera. Other than that, you know, this bike is actually pretty nice. I'm impressed. I didn't expect it to be this nice. let's see if we can get that fork. Ooh, you see that? Whoa, that's terrible. That's that Sun Tour fork. Whoa. Can you imagine hitting the brakes around the corner, downhill, and this thing starts vibrating on you? Oh God, dude. Like, I don't even know what's up with that. What is up with that? You know, the shifting is spot on. Like I said, I only had to do a couple turns of the barrel adjuster. When I first got on the bike, it was having some problems shifting from 9th to 8th gear. So just a couple of barrel adjustment turns and it was able to switch gears, and after that it goes through all the gears just fine. I mean, it's actually pretty quiet and smooth. The bike rides really nice. Like I said, it's hitting all 9 gears really nice. And I can upshift, seems like several gears at the same time. Let's see how many we can get. 1, 2, 3. Wow. 3 gears upshifting. I have the lockout on right now. The bike rides nice. Just that front brake, or that front fork there vibrating. It's nuts. Yeah, so this bike seems like a really nice bike. Riding it all around, shifts great. It was easy to put together. It feels comfortable. It fits me. The only thing left to do is try to take it out on a trail now, see what happens. Maybe on the next one, next visit, next video. Okay, so just getting back from that test ride around the neighborhood, you know, I'm actually really impressed with this bike. It's pretty awesome. The brakes are pretty powerful. I think they're only going to get better as they get bedded in. You know, I'm gonna have to reroute this. You know, look at the bend of it. First it goes this way. You know, it's going forward, and then it has to do a 180 and then back into the bike. So maybe the shifting will even get a little bit smoother. I mean, it's really nice as is. Get this cable over there. But the brakes seem pretty strong for me. Can't wait, you know, I'll give it a shot going downhill. I don't know about that fork though. What are we gonna do about that fork? You know, could probably salvage a fork over here from here. This bike right here, 140 millimeters of travel. Get an upgraded one for this one, because this one deserves it. It's a nice bike and it needs a much better fork than this Sun Tour fork that's on there. But at least this one doesn't vibrate. It's really stiff and firm. So maybe take that bike that fork one day and put 140 millimeters of travel up on this bad boy. That's a possibility. Maybe I could just sell it too. Let me know. Thanks for watching.